Hey guys, good evening everyone. Welcome to our daily stock market insights. And in today's session, we are going to talk about a very interesting and controversial stock today. And this is APVI. So APVI or Altus Property Ventures Incorporated. So this stock has created quite a scene, right, in today's market. There wasn't really any big news about this stock in the past few days. That's why this really came as a surprise. And the second thing why this stock is very popular today is because it broke the 50% ceiling rule of the Philippine Stock Exchange. From a 40 peso opening price, it went as high as 240 pesos. How did that even happen? So I have two objectives in today's discussion. Number one, I just want to get to know who APVI is. So I did a little research, and I think it's worth sharing to you guys in case you have not read anything about APVI yet, or if you're interested. Number two, I want to understand what caused the more than 50% increase in the price today. So let me walk you through that, and let me share to you what I found in my research today. Okay, let me just open a slide. This one. Okay. So who is Altus Property Ventures Incorporated? So um, APVI is a real estate holding firm and is now a unit of the Gokongwei-led property developer Robinson's Land Corporation. And this gives you a timeline of the important events in this company. So in 2009, RLC subscribed and paid 1,998 common shares of APVI at 1 peso per share. The year after that, SEC approved additional 100 million authorized capital stocks at a par value of 1 peso. And also on this year, RLC bought additional shares controlling 80% of the company. And then 2013, RLC bought the remaining shares, now giving them 100% control of the company at that year now. And in 2019, RLC granted dividends to its investors in the form of Altus property shares. So what does this mean? So if you are a holder of RLC, for every 51.9 RLC share, you will get or you got one Altus share. And this was a big uh, game changer in Altus. Now in 220, Altus listed by way of introduction. Okay, so this will now allow us to answer the second question as to why did the price break the ceiling 50% ceiling rule, whereby if the price started by 40 pesos, we should have in following that rule, you should only be increasing by 20 pesos more, right? Maximum price could have only reached 60 pesos. So this is because of the listing by way of introduction. And this is one of the ways for a stock to be listed in the PSE. Remember this 2019 event that happened? So that was their gate pass. The most popular way that we know is, of course, through IPO, which is how Merrimark did the previous week. With LBI, a stock is allowed to override that policy, meaning it can go beyond the 50% increase in price, which is exactly what we have witnessed in today's performance, right? So, how did APVI qualify in the LBI requirement? So I've mentioned listing by way of introduction multiple times in this discussion now. How did they qualify? And take note of what happened in 2019 because I'll share this slide to you. You may pause the video if you want to read through all of the information that we have here. A company can be qualified or can be listed in the Philippine Stock Exchange by LBI if they meet at least one of the requirements here. And I believe this is because of bullet point number 2, which says the securities of an unlisted issuer are distributed by way of property dividend by a listed issuer to shareholders of that listed issuer. So in this case, in 2019, Altus shares were distributed to the shareholders of RLC. So I think that makes sense now. Okay. Now, so let's go back to the stock. So going back to the stock now, where are we heading in this situation? I would have to say, because APVI and RLC are technically one and the same now, I would have to say the value of APVI will not be very far, okay, from the value of RLC. So whatever the price of RLC is right now will most likely be of the same range as what APVI will be heading in the coming days. So let us go and check RLC right now. So as you can see, it's 1850, right? RLC is around 1760. So I have a feeling, which is very close, which I guess makes sense why the price dropped up to that level today, because that is where RLC is seated at the moment. So I'm thinking it'll just do sideways or will just move within this range in the coming days and will most likely follow the same direction as what we have in RLC. So those are my 2 cents. But if, let's say, you traded today APVI, at what point could you have, let's say you were able to enter around this level, you were able to enter within, wow, this was okay. So this performance was only worth 15 minutes. Okay, so if you're using a 15-minute chart, this could have already been, if you entered somewhere here, the first red candlestick that you saw, actually before this 15-minute performance ended, because that was already your sign, it was already heading downwards. In a span of 15 minutes, you could have already taken profit, because what happened there next was it went all the way down. So if you want, that's why I'm always saying that if you want to trade these types of stocks like an IPO, make sure you always are able to watch the market, because movements here are so quick. So if you did a 5 minute, if you traded it in a 5 minute time frame, um, so one from a 9:30, let's say you were able to enter somewhere here, let's say 53, let's say around 56 level. It went all the way up, and here within a span of 5 minutes, you could have already taken profit from here to here. But imagine how fast you should have been to be able to exit right away, because the movements that happened in today's performance was really, really fast. Okay, so but for now, my thoughts basing on how RLC is priced right now, I think we have landed at an area where uh, price level is almost the same as RLC. So I think it'll just do sideways within this range. And if RLC is bound to go up, most likely it will also go up. But I don't think um, it will reach as high as 250 again. It will take a long time. But what's interesting is that um, if you are to check, if you're in COL Financial, uh, if you are to check the number of trades and the volume traded at this level, you'll be surprised that there wasn't really a lot. It was just around 200, 100 shares, that level. So I hope not. I hope we don't have a lot of newbies who entered at that price level. And yeah, hopefully you will be able to hopefully you were profitable in today's market performance for APVI if ever you entered in this stock. Okay, there you have it. That's our mini research about APVI and new learnings we have found today with regards to listing by way of introduction. Okay, so if you have additional information that you can share here, go ahead and drop a comment so at least we can also learn from you. All right. Now, I'd like to go back to our daily rigor, of course, whereby we check out the stocks that you have requested. Okay. So let me start with now. Now, let me first launch our chart. Okay, I'm looking at now here, and it is currently it landed at a support level. Okay, this one over here used to be your resistance, and for 3 days now, it has been moving within just in that range. So I feel that with the right volume, most likely it'll push the price higher. And I think this is a solid support that I see at the moment. Oh, sorry, this is Ali. So that's Ali. Um, Let me just add Ali here. So that's Ali, um, 30, 34 to 33.96. That's our support area. Let's go check out now. Now is also at the support level. Hopefully, in the coming days, we are going to bounce back and move the price higher. You had foreign buying that happened today, and your RSI is at the 53 level, so I think that's a safe area. This used to be your resistance here, support over here. So, and you also have a doji right now, and that would simply mean no one's already exiting their position. So possibility of bouncing is high for now. What about TEL? As for TEL, it's taking a little while. Okay, wow, good bounce for TEL. It respected this support area that we have. So I'd say this will just do probably range performance. So I see a resistance very near the area. So just in case it pushes the price higher, let's observe how it behaves around this 1281 area, because for 2 periods over here, each time it touches that level, there's a decline that's happening. So let's see again when it touches this area. Let's see the direction, because right now your RSI is still, the momentum is not picking up yet. I feel that it will again encounter some challenges breaking the 1281 level. Let's talk about Gito. Gito managed to bounce, which is very good. I've seen a lot of good news about this stock. Actually, some of you guys have posted it in Instagrams. I was just reading that. I think they're doubling their efforts building their towers right now. I didn't read through all the article, but that was just the headline there. So I feel that it will continue to move up, considering the fact that it declined so um, it declined at a significant amount here. So I think it's now going back to the level again around the 6 peso to 7 peso area. So I'm plotting it at the 350 level because as you can see here, there was a resistance formed in this area and we managed to break out of that. So I think it will now give us a brand new wave, moving the price higher. So good job for those people who, you know, who may have entered around the 2 peso area while everyone was so afraid. You had the confidence and the guts to enter at that level. So I think those people are long-term investors and long-term to mid-term investors. We don't really mind how long they sit on a stock, and most likely their mindset is going to be 5-10 years from now. So that was a really good opportunity, and by that time looking at this, this area over here was really an attractive area. It was already oversold. The next one would be JFC. JFC is again another stock that has been badly beaten by the pandemic. The business was impacted really negative, was negatively impacted. And right now, we're just one thing good about the situation is that we now managed to cross the MA20 line in our Bollinger Band, and we're now moving above it. So at any time it pushes the upper Bollinger Band, that's going to be a good sign because we might be recovering soon there. And I think we are already on our way to that recovery. And all we needed here is a confirmation. I'd like us to wait for that green candlestick to come out before we enter. It might even drop up to 136 level because there is again a consolidation in this range. So since it's an area, I'd like to provision up to 135.75 as our support level there. Uh, Mary Mart, I think I'd like to stick to this level where I mentioned previously. It's like stabilizing in this range before it moves higher. So far, the volume is still small, or yeah, small, and that means not a lot of people are exiting already. So I think the next possible movement here is going to be a bounce. It's just a matter of time. We just need a good volume, and I think it'll bounce. It has created a support in this range. Third day now, actually fourth day. The next is Cebu Pacific. Cebu Pacific managed to bounce. This is a bounce, guys. It's a green engulfing candlestick that we have right here. So I feel that it will now continue to move higher. Just in case the market gives you a chance at a 39.28, I'm still plotting at that level because some people will be taking profit and then fluctuations in the price will happen. And the nearer you are to the 39.28 level in terms of entry, the better. That's the support that we see. CHP. As for CHP, this is also sitting at a possible support area. You also had a doji right here. And when a doji comes out at a support level, then that also could mean a possible bounce that will be happening soon. In terms of, yeah, we're still at a healthy level. There was an increase in the volume as well, as you can see here. Look at that, this area over here, slightly higher in terms of volume. You know what, let's plot the support up to this level. Compared to this one, there's a possibility that it will even reach the 1.02. I see several points here dropping at this level. So just in case it drops some more, that's a much better entry price. Okay, but anywhere from 1.02 to 1.06, I feel that that's already a good one. But again, don't enter yet unless we see a confirmation of a bounce. Like what happened to I think Cebu Pacific. That's a much better. This is a much better pattern here. You see that green engulfing candlestick confirming the support. That's a much better entry. So I think that's what we want to see in CHP as well. Okay, wait for that green engulfing candlestick to come out, and that way we can really confirm which area is the support. Is it here or here? Because I also see. Let me just plot this. This is the first one, and this is the second one. Okay, because I see consolidation in both areas. What about Meralco? Okay, Meralco also trying to stabilize here, but this looks 50-50 for me because we already rallied, increasing the price, and right now it's trying to correct or retrace. And if it breaks that, the next drop would be around 251.81 level, because I see this used to be a resistance here as well, but right now it's stabilizing at this level. So let us see if a green engulfing candlestick will come out in that area, and then we can see if there's a bounce. In the meantime, just observe the performance. Overall, if you're a long-term investor, guess where you are at right now? Look at that. This is where you are at. So very big potential, considering Meralco is one of the more stable companies in the country. Despite the pandemic, we all need to use, power, and business would be ongoing for this company. It's just that, of course, um, a lot of businesses shut down or closed for a while, and those businesses need power as well. So I would assume revenue-wise, there's a big decline in the revenue of Meralco because of what's happening. And to continue, AGI. AGI, okay, just be extra careful. Part of the body today has broken the MA20 line, so we might continue to drop and reach the 6.49, 6.50 level. Okay, let's see if it will stabilize there. I see a resistance formed here, previous support here as well. So again, as a rule, when we break a resistance, normally it goes up and then retest that, create a support in that area, and then moves higher. Next would be CIC. For CIC, I don't like this pattern right now, so we might have some more declines here. 11 trades, not looking good at the moment. So if you have an option to find a different stock, go ahead and find a different stock. There might be some more declines for this. Okay. SSI. SSI is currently doing sideways. As you can see, this is the support that we have. We're currently at the support area. See this? That's a support area. This also, in several occasions, that price level was hit, and then there was a bounce that's happening. So I think there's a big chance that it'll just move in that range. So what we need to wait for is for that engulfing candlestick again to come out, and I feel it will most likely come out really soon. Um, Look at this one. Volume is still there. I mean, there's not much volume yet. But at any time you see a big spike in volume, let's say it's just a small candlestick again, body is small, but a sudden spike in the volume, expect that to rally in the coming days if you see something like that. Okay. For instance, this one. Right here, the volume was just flat, almost of the same range, and then all of a sudden there was an increase, and the next move was already a significant increase as well. FNI also doing sideways. We're still respecting the MA20 line. So I think it'll just stabilize there first, or yeah, if you want to start accumulating volume, it's already a good time to start doing that. At least the trend is already, we now have an uptrend here looking at the current formation. So if you want, you can do something like this. Okay, this is your trend line. So the nearer you are, let's say it drops a little bit, that's still fine because it's still respecting the trend line there. If you want, just wait for it at the 86 level and see a confirmation of a bounce there. There, that's a much better line, which is very near, right? It's still respecting the trend line that we have there. And of course, here's your, let's do this. At least it's more conservative. Okay? Use this as your support, use this as your resistance. And right now, if it is still respecting that, then good, you can enter. But let's say you enter right here and it breaks, make sure to exit in a timely manner. Don't have to wait for a 30% decline or 15% decline if that's beyond your risk tolerance. Okay, but for investors, they have a different perspective. When it declines, they don't really mind even if it's 30, 40% because they know they want to add some more volume there. Nickel. As for nickel, it's also doing sideways, respecting MA20 line. So we're still good. This is still, looks like it's still holding on to that support level. So 1.79 is the support that we see. And I think this stock has a big potential as well. Look at that. Big decline from the previous months. So 1.79 for me is the support. Let's check out SEC. SEC, I think this is a bounce, guys. There's a slight overshoot below the MA20 line, but I think this is bound to increase in the coming days. So 12.52 is our support area. So you can even haggle from 12.52 to 12.68. Okay, there used to be a support here at one point. One time it was reached here, this level. So I think that is still our support right now. The next stock is SSI. SSI, oh, I already did that. DNL. Let's check out DNL. As for DNL, also starting to climb up. Let me see if this is, let me create a trend line here. Yeah, it respects the trend line. That's our trend line. That's our support. So I think it's looking good now. Yeah, just follow this pattern. As long as that trend line is not broken, we're still good. And I think we're very near that trend line. I feel that there will be more bullish actions in the coming days. Your RSI is on the 48 level, still looking healthy. You also have foreign buying that happened today. Volume is, the number of trades today is just okay. That's already a good number in the Philippine market. So DNL looks promising. MBT. MBT, this is the support that I see at the moment. It might just move within that range for now. Banks are moving so slowly in this period. Okay, 36 level, guys, in case it drops a little more downwards. 36.6 is our support level. I see this, so I think that area is, something's going to happen in that area. Could be a bounce, right? Just wait for that confirmation of a bounce. Just continue requesting this stock so that we still evaluate this every day and really monitor the movement. There's foreign selling that happened, so I think it might even pull the price some more, but I don't think it'll be that much because we are already at the bottom again. So this company, this bank is one of the stable banks in the country. I'm not really worried with the decline here. It's just a temporary state. So I recommend for investors, this actually is already a good area to start, accumulating. BDO as well, just doing sideways here. So this is still a support area that we see. 96.13 is the support area that we see. Look at this. So I think it will just move within that range for now. And let's see if it will recover soon. I don't really expect for the banks to massively move because blue chip companies, they move very slowly. But most of the holders of banks and stocks in the index are really long-term investors. MAH. MAH is triggering a possible decline. We might have some more movements downwards here. It's having a difficult time breaking the MA20 line, and we all know that when we're moving below the MA20 level, MA20 is acting as a resistance, which is currently what's happening. Each time that the price area gets hit, there's a decline that's happening. It might drop some more, guys. Okay, where could that be? First area would be here. You had that stop there, and then this one as well used to be resistance here, and this used to be a support right here. So 2.22. If it drops some more, next would be 1.89. Last in your request is IDC. IDC is just stabilizing, creating a much stronger support at the 2.04 level before it moves higher. We're very near that price level at the moment. 2.05, 2.04, it's an area. Do you see this? Price gets hit this level, so I think it might just jump or bounce at that area as well. Overall, we have a good, look at that, big decline. Okay, so this is an accumulation stage for mid to long term investors. In the meantime, that's it, guys. Thank you for requesting these talks. I really enjoy reading your comments, and each time I see your requests, I right away take note of those requests and prioritize them. Thank you for continuously supporting Miss JD. If you have not subscribed yet, I'm inviting you to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're always updated whenever we have new videos. And also, don't be shy. You're always welcome to click the like. In the meantime, happy weekend, guys. Good night, good morning, and good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Bye bye for now.